YouTube is filled with massive, spectacular studios with millions of dollars worth of tech and gear. But let's see how much tech you can really fit in a small, tiny studio like this. Turns out I might have spent a lot more than I realized. So before we get to the tour, first of all, welcome back, tech heads. And I really hope you're doing well, and I really hope you're having a great week. Truly, I mean that. And if you're not having a great week, just know, whether it means anything or not, that I'm really believing that, better days are ahead. Like this week, I have hit a massive wall. Actually, it's been the last couple weeks, really, because I've been laying in my bed like every single night, like staring at the ceiling, thinking, I am not good enough to do this channel. And I've been comparing constantly to other channels' success to where I am now, which is not fair to me because it's putting so much pressure on myself. But then the last few days, at least, I've been thinking to myself, like, I need to take this pressure off myself. Like, I need to stop putting so much on me. One of the reasons why I'm making this video, because I want to get to know you, but I also want you to get to know who I am as a person and what this channel is about. And really, I'm just a mess trying to have fun on YouTube. So let's total up all that I've actually spent on my studio, and then we'll compare it at the end to what the actual value of everything is, because I did get a lot of good deals. Also, this is what my room looks like most of the time. Like, I'm not really a tidy person, especially when I'm working on videos, but for the sake of today, let's just go and perfect, clean, awesome. I'm so awkward. Okay, so this is obviously what you're gonna wanna see the most of, because this is like my most expensive part of this room. And I don't wanna get to this first because I wanna ease into it. It's not what I initially started with. I kinda got here slowly. Okay, so you're gonna have to forgive me because this is my first time using like a vlog gimbal setup. I'm not good with cameras. I really suck at cameras. So I have these LEDs wrapped around the entire ceiling. I have LEDs actually behind my TV setup, if you look down here as well, and even on my desk. And really, I can control this with my Google Home right here so that I can turn them on and off and change the color. So like, hey Google, change lights to blue. I used to think these Google Assistant things were pretty stupid, but now that I can control everything with it, it's nice to turn my lights on and off. I can put them on a timer if I want to, but for the most part, I have a purple. So, hey Google, set lights to magenta. And that's usually what I go with. So this is pretty much what you're gonna see in most of my videos, is this entire setup right here, right? I have some cameras here. This is like a, camcorder. Whoa. So what I'm telling you, gimbal does not work well. See what I mean? I'm not good with this camera stuff. This is really... So right here, I have a bunch of camera stuff. So I have like right here, I have this camcorder that I actually bought for like 10 bucks. It's a no-name camcorder. Honestly, I think I just have it on here for a display more than anything. And I just enjoy using my smartphones rather than using cameras, just because it's just more convenient. I have a lens here. I actually have a Canon T3i that I use for photography. Couldn't tell you the last time I took pictures, but it just looks cool, looks fancy. It makes me look professional. Picture of me and my nephew. And then this gimbal. This is a Zhuin Weeble. I think it's, I can't remember if I said the word right. I just call it Zhuin. It's a Weeble. It's a gimbal for DSLRs, mirrorless. I do not know how to use it. I have never learned to use it, but I can't even use this smartphone gimbal that well. So this is going to be a later like pro learning eventually if I ever get good at cameras. But honestly, I love using my smartphone. It's easier. Then I have this 32-inch RCA TV that I've had for years. I got this at Walmart for like 200 bucks. It's not a smart TV, but I actually have a Amazon Fire Stick plugged in the back of it that I use to do Netflix, that I do YouTube, all that kind of stuff. This, oh my gosh, my prized possession, my cardboard play button for passing 100 subscribers. I just realized that this footage might be backwards, but I do believe in celebrating the small wins. And my first 100 subscribers, I thought, you know what? I really would love a play button. I'm not gonna get one till 100,000. Let's celebrate in small increments. So a cardboard play button, 100 subscribers, time for tech, awesome, And when I hit 1,000, I'll make a wooden one. Or I've got my Google Home Mini right here that obviously I control all my, my lights with. But I also use it because I need a friend in here sometimes and there's no one to talk to. So, hey Google, will you be my girlfriend?
This is one of those things we both have to agree on. I'd prefer to keep our relationship friendly. Romance makes me incredibly awkward.
Well, this is awkward. Here I have two, Rubik's Cubes. Yeah, one big one, one small one. I don't know what it is. I just love Rubik's Cubes. I'm obsessed with trying to solve them. But I think I actually have quite a few of these things. So let's just keep a tally and we'll count at the end how many I actually have, because I'm not totally sure. So that's one, that's two. So down here is kind of just like my storage area for a lot of things. And then all these just kind of contain some random stuff. It's kind of like when I have too much stuff, I just throw it in somewhere. I got books, more Xbox games. But this right here, this is probably one of my most prized possessions of my entire setup. So this is actually the paw prints of my best friend, my dog, who passed away about a year and a half ago now, actually. So her name was Abby. I had her for about 16 years. She got really sick really quickly around the same time that I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, and I can't let go of this. I still have her ashes, you know, and once I lost her, you know, it was kind of like I didn't know what to do with myself next, and it kind of just pushed me to birth this channel, push out of my comfort zone and take the hurt and try to leave it and do something that, you know, would better me. And, you know, really she's at the heart of this, whether she knows it or not. But I also have something even better up top, and you'll probably see it in pretty much all my videos. And that is these photos of me and my dog, Abby, my best friend. So this is around the same time she got sick, and I decided, you know, I wanted some more professional photos to remember her by. And I have a friend who's an amazing photographer who took these photos, and I look at them pretty much every single day and just remember every moment that I had with her, and I cherish it to this day. So this is the newest addition to my office, actually. This is like a new shelf. I had too much stuff in, I didn't know where to put it. I wanted to add this like sweet subscriber pillow that I got for Christmas from a sister. Super awesome. My buddy got me this on-air sign that actually lights up. This is actually a fairly new addition as well. This is my Ender 3, my 3D printer that I picked up for actually a fairly good price. But I also like to print these things. Like this is a ghost from a game called Destiny, kind of one of my first kind of goes at the prints. So it's super fun. You get to build a lot of cool things with it. I'm still learning, I'm still experimenting, but I just bought a Captain America like file online to kind of print that. So Spider-Man though, I've printed a lot of Spider-Man stuff. I love Spider-Man a lot. This is just a glue stick. But this is another, you know, Rubik's Cube. I guess it's not really a cube, but it kind of counts. It's like a pyramid, but this is a snapped-in drone. I do not know how to fly it. I have probably crashed this more than I have flown it, but this is a Samsung G-Track. It's probably one of my first microphones that I've ever gotten, a USB microphone. These are the Audio-Technica MX50. These are really great headphones. I am not an audio person. And by that, I mean, I'm not picky when it comes to sound. Like I do like good quality sound, but I don't know, I just don't hear a huge difference across a lot of things. But it's nice to know that I'm listening through some decent headphones. These are like 150 bucks. Oh, add to the tally. This is like a portable charger. So it's magnetic, so you just kind of flip open all this, you plug it in with a USB-C port right there. It's got a MagSafe, just general wireless charging. And here, I can put my Apple Watch as well too. So it's just a perfect, kind of easy stowaway setup for when I'm traveling. And this is my keyboard. I have had this for like a decade. I still cannot play it. It was one of those things that I bought this wanting to learn how to play it. I play guitar. I always thought keys was the coolest thing. Never did get around to it. Now it's just kind of a prop, but I really should teach myself. And these are actually some of the mics that I use for my videos, actually. These are like knockoffs of the Rode Wireless Go that I paid like 60 bucks for these things on AliExpress. Sound quality wise, they're fine. Like I have no issues, I'm happy with it. I'm using something a little bit different for this setup. I have my smartphone, and I have like an adapter plugged into it, and this wireless live right here that kind of works for this. Yeah, the one I have right now, this is like a little charging case for it. So that's one of the other lapels that I have right there, right? Again, I think I paid like 30 bucks on this AliExpress. I'm all about the deals. I'm all about the deals. You don't need to spend a ton of money to sound and look good. Like smartphone, cheap budget mics, it works fine. But now for probably the coolest part of my entire setup, and probably the moment you've been wanting to see, my desk. I've spent a lot of money, but I've gotten a lot of really good deals on a lot of this stuff. This is my battle station. Very casual gaming. This is where I do my editing, my filming. This is pretty much where I live for the most part. This is my gaming PC. So I am a Mac user as well. I actually have my Mac right here that I also use for a lot of my videos. It's kind of like my old laptop that I use for various things now, but I wanted something more powerful for video editing, but I also wanted something for very casual gaming too, right? So probably paid a lot more than I should have for this thing, to be honest. Like I bought this when all like the graphics card prices were like stupid high because of Bitcoin, but I ended up buying this as a pre-built. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to build my own, but I did kind of take some parts out, upgraded it. So now I have a Ryzen 9 5900X CPU, so what powers pretty much everything that works on the computer. Got 32 gigs of RAM, so short-term memory. Got a terabyte of storage, SSD, which is my fast storage, and then I have a hard drive, just a regular one, 4 terabytes for games. All my YouTube files go on that as well too. And a 3070, I wanted a half decent graphics card, and for the gaming that I do, like whoa, earthquake, gimbal. bro. For the gaming that I do, it's a very simple setup. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be playing professionally online. Like, I suck at games. Like, oh yeah. So again, Marvel, my arc reactor. This is probably, I got this in a kit on Wish actually for like 60 bucks. This is an Amazon Echo Show 5. Pretty much just a nice desktop clock. Pretty much all I use it for. I'll use Alexa. Actually, you can even talk to Santa. Hey Santa, how are you?
Jolly, but I bet you already knew that.
I love Santa. This is a solid state logic audio interface. So I use this, I'll plug in my microphone to it for recording my video, like my YouTube videos, that sort of thing. Controls my audio from my computer, my speakers, which I actually have these M Audio speakers right here as well too, which are, you know, like cheap budget speakers, but for what I do, perfectly fine. This is an Shure SM7B, very typical microphone for like a lot of podcasters and such. I do a bit of singing as well, so I kind of wanted something that was really nice. It's a very expensive microphone, so you don't need to go and pay for anything like that crazy. Honestly, you can get away with a cheap USB microphone. If you want to go and splurge, great microphone. This is Vector. Vector is kind of broken right now. I gotta fix his display. I've ordered some parts for him, but he's like a desktop pet. Like, he just goes around, rides around, does whatever he wants. It's like a $300 robot. I think I paid 25 bucks for him, but this is my YouTube subscriber counter. I actually made this. This is 3D printed case, but it connects to my Wi-Fi and just every so often refreshes, and 591 subscribers. How about that? I'm doing pretty good, right? My Logitech G Pro wireless gaming mouse. Dear God, Hades, the 65% keyboard. 65% because there's no numpad, but we have, you know, our arrow keys, which some of them don't. This is what I film pretty much all my videos on, except for this one because it just wouldn't fit in my gimbal that well. This is a Oneplus 7 Pro. This is just an incredible phone. I love it literally so much. Probably the coolest thing about it, I'll show you. Selfie camera right there. Pops in and out, selfie camera. Like, how cool is that? This is my iPad Air 4 that I use for, well, pretty much my main tablet. I'll do a lot of writing on this, like writing with this pencil. This is not a real Apple Pencil. I got this one for like 10 bucks. You just charge it with the USB in the front there. Honestly, it works just as great as an Apple Pencil for like a quarter of the cost. I have no issues, no delay. It just sits on the side of my MacBook just like that. It's magnetic, so. Oh, look, another one. I don't know how many that makes now, but I did solve this one. I know you might think like, you know, he can't solve this. I did solve this, have some confidence in me. So I plug this into my computer, more or less my MacBook. It doesn't seem to work well, I think because my screen's so big, but this I actually use for, sometimes I'll use on Photoshop to do a lot of my thumbnail, you know, through here. I just find it more satisfying to use. My gaming chair, it's actually a piece of junk. The thing is like super loose, squeaky. Definitely not a good chair. I do not recommend you buy it. Super wiggly, it's garbage. These are EMART softbox lights that I paid like 50 bucks for, and these are amazing, super cheap lights that I use for all my videos. Gives you really great lighting, exactly what I'm looking for. This is my gaming setup, my monitors. These are my babies. This is exactly what I've been trying to get for so many years now. This monitor right here is just a simple like Acer monitor. I paid 50 bucks for it. I mostly just have it open for like web pages, Discord, that sort of thing while I work on my main setup. This is the Samsung G9 49 inch, so 49 inches from here all the way down to here, ultra wide, and it's actually a curved monitor as well, if I can see it in the camera here. This is huge for me when it comes to editing because I have so much real estate now to work with rather than just a small screen, which I'm used to, right? So just an all-around amazing computer, and I think I paid like $700 for this monitor, and it's actually worth like $1,200-1,500 bucks. So again, this stuff here just makes it really easy for me to create. This isn't what you need to have an amazing studio. These are just tools in order for me to create better content. Okay, that is a lot more than I realized that I had spent. But at the same time, if you look at the total, which is, I definitely spent a lot less than what this is all worth. So what I'm saying is if you look hard enough, you can find some really great deals and get some really amazing tech for a lot less than what it's actually worth. I mean, I buy everything used for the most part anyways. But I am curious on your thoughts actually, like after seeing, you know, my studio and the tech that I have, go down in the comments and let's talk about some of the best tech that you just can't live without in your daily life. And even better, let's talk about some of the craziest deals that you've gotten in tech in the past. And if you want to see something else that's like extremely crazy, I have figured out how to add iMessage onto Android phones. And I show you exactly how to do that in this video right here. See you there.